Hello viewers, welcome back. I hope you are doing good. Today we are going to solve another question from Blind 75 series. This is Leetcode 121 best time to buy and sell stock. Here we have been given a prices array where each of the value in the array tells us about the price of the stock on that particular day. Now we have to find how much maximum profit we can get after buying on a particular day and selling on a particular day. The one thing is we can't sell before buying. First, we have to buy it. So the buy process will be first or before the selling process. So let's see with this example here. We have the prices array and we have different prices. So suppose I buy on the first day, price is 7, and the second day if I sell, which is the price is 1, how much profit will I get? Profit is something sell minus buy price, which is 1 minus 7, and this is minus 6. That means it's a loss. But here we have to find the profit. So for getting the profit, we have to buy at lesser price and sell at higher price. Okay. So how we can solve this? What we can do is we can fix a cost price that, okay, this is going to be my price on which I'm going to purchase the share. And now see other prices which can be the selling price. This is a brute force approach where I can fix the buying price, let's say 7 here, and then in the rest of the price array, I will see for a potential selling price, the best selling price I can get. So for 7, I can see that if I actually for 7, I don't have anything like which is higher. Whatever price I will select from this rest of the array, I will get a loss. So buying at 7 is not giving me any answer. But if I take 1 and then I have this array to choose the selling price 5, 3, 6, 4. What could be my selling price out of these? So if I'm buying at 1, I can sell it at any price, but the max I want to sell it at highest possible price, right? So out of this given left out prices, the maximum is 6. So if I sell it as 6, I can get maximum price, right? 6 minus 1, that is 5. This will be my profit. So if I take 1 as my buying price, then I can get maximum profit of 5. So similarly, we can take each of the element, make that as my cost price and see rest of other prices after that. So that is the important point. If I fixing some price, let's say today's price as my cost price. So I can't go prior in past and sell it, right? First I need to purchase, then only I can sell it. So I'm going to sell it only in future. So I don't have to see values on the left hand side. I have to see values on the right hand side, right? So if I'm fixing one of the value, all my potential selling price would be on the right hand side. So here you can see that this approach will definitely work, but what is the time complexity of it? The time complexity of it is the time complexity of this approach is n square, because for every price we are looking for every other price, right? For an example, for 7 we are looking all other values, that is n minus 1 values. For 1 again we are seeing all other values. For 5 also same thing. So that means it is n into n computation, that is n square. So this is a brute force approach and definitely will get a TLE. And if you are giving interview, interviewer might not be happy with this. So what we can do better? So we can draw some conclusion out of this. Let's me clear this out. So let's take an example and draw some observation out of that. What we were doing, we were taking one of the value and then trying to see every other value, right? So for 3, the possible values can be 5, 2, 4, 6, 1 and 3. For 5, the possible values would be 2, 4, 6, 1 and 3. For 2, the possible values would be 4, 6, 1 and 3. The possible values, what I'm saying is the selling price. So one thing to observe is whenever we are getting a new smaller value, like initially my selling price as cost price was 3, now I got 2, a better cost price. 2 can act as a better cost price, right? Now whatever values which are coming after 2, like 4, 6, 1, 3, if these value 4, 6, 1, 3, if I consider them as my selling price, then which will give me more profit, 2 or 3? Obviously 2 will give me better price, right? So that means that all the values which are coming after a new smaller value, new smaller cost value. Those values might not be useful for 3, right? For 3, these values, these values will not be helpful because this is after a new minimum. Those value will be useful for 2, but not for 3. So as per our observation, what we have understood is like we have to keep on updating our minimum price because we can get a better minimum price. And for that better minimum price, what all selling prices we can get would be on the right hand side. So we can keep on calculating the profits, and whenever we get a better profit, then we can update our profit. So we can basically have two variable min price, and we can update a min price whenever we get a better cost price, and we can have a max profit variable as well. Whenever we get a better maximum profit, we can just update our maximum profit as well accordingly. So this process will just take O of n time because we will be taking all the numbers only once. We will be just looping through the numbers. Whenever we'll be getting a new minimum, we'll be updating our minimum price, and we'll be keep on updating our maximum profit. So for an example here, if we just try run here, so initially maximum profit is 0 and minimum price is suppose 3. So initially if I sell on the same day, so the cost price is 3 and the selling price is 3. By the way, we can't sell on the same day, but for this calculation, we are doing it. The profit would be 0. So that's not altering our answer. That's why it's okay to take that. So maximum profit, what we are making is 0. Now, next day, if we are selling on the next day, that means 5 minus 3. And what is the value? 2. So we can update the profit as 2. Now we are at 2. So we got a new minimum price. So now our minimum price got updated to 2, right? So now if I sell on the same day, so 2 minus 2 is 0, which is less than the previous maximum profit. So we'll go on. Now we are at 4. So if we sell at 4 and the minimum value we have is 2, so profit what we are getting is 2, which is already there. So we'll not update it. Now we will go at 6. So at 6, what we are going to do, 6 minus the minimum price. So minimum price is again 2. Profit what we are getting is 4, which is more than the previous max profit. So we'll update that. Now we will come at 1. So 1 will be my selling price and the cost price is still 2. So I'm getting a loss. So which is definitely less. So I'll not update it. So my final answer would be 4 only. So you see that I'm calculating profit at each of the step. And then whenever we are getting a better price, better minimum cost price, we are updating our minimum price because we know that on the right hand side of that minimum price, all the values on the right hand side will act as a selling price for that value only. So that can give me a new answer. So let's solve this up and see. We'll take two variable as discussed, maximum profit. So maximum profit will be 0 initially. And what else? We need the minimum price. So minimum price, we are marking the first day price as the minimum price. So I will just assign the first day price. And now we'll loop through the price array and look for the better cost price and better selling price or the probable selling prices. And the two thing we'll be looking at, better minimum price and all the maximum selling price which we can get for the current minimum price. So const price of prices, I'm getting the price and these prices can act as a selling price for me. So now let's say if I'm selling on this current day, what will be the profit I'll obtain? So profit would be the selling price means the current day price minus the minimum price, because minimum price is what we consider as the cost price, which is the minimum, and minimum we have to consider as a cost price, right? Now we have to update our profit. So maximum profit should get updated with the new value. So math.max of previous maximum profit and the current profit what we are making after selling the stock today. Next thing is minimum price. So minimum price also we have to obtain. Let's say I was at 3. 3 was my minimum price. Initially I assigned the first value as my price. Now I came at 5. I got profit of 2. I updated my profit, and then I will try to look whether I'm getting a better minimum price. But at 5 I'm not getting a better minimum price because my previous minimum price was 3, which was still better. So my minimum price will not get updated. But let's say if I now move to 2. So at 2, I'm getting a better minimum price and my minimum price should get updated. So I'll do math of dot min of previous minimum price and the current minimum price. So if the current minimum price is lower, then that's the better price than before. Now this will be considered as the cost price for all the values going after this. So now 2 will act as the cost price for all the values after 2. So you can see that I'm looping each of the value only once. And now at the end, we just need to return the maximum profit what we are getting. So I hope that we have not made any mistake. Just double check once. Yeah, we are taking the profit each day and then we are taking the maximum profit by updating a profit variable and then minimum price as well. Okay, correct. So now let's run it and see if it works. This is working fine. Let's run and see if it works for all the cases, and this is working for all of the cases. So this was pretty easy question. I hope you would have understood the solution as well. I have not written the brute force approach because that's very simple. You can do it. I've explained that for you can fix one value and try to compare with all other values, but that's going to give us TLE, and implementation is also very easy. If you talk about the time complexity, since we are just traversing each of the element only once, the time complexity is O of n. And if you talk about the space complexity, we are not using any extra space except two variables. So this is constant space O of 1. So if you have find it useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.